Welcome back. So if you saw our Meme Monday, hopefully you figured out what our story is going to be about or what our talk is going to be about today. And it's going to be about our little cherubs.
Our sweet children.
Sweet, sweet children. Yes. That's why we get Botox.
Yes.
Because, and drink. And speaking of which,
we're still holding out on dry January.
I mean, I'm wettish, okay? Yeah. That's what my husband calls it, and I'm doing it on the weekends. And I did have a glass of wine last night, but it was a bad day. But that's not an excuse.
I am on day 32.
I know.
No alcohol, right? It's February 2nd?
Yep, February 2nd.
Yeah, no alcohol.
This is delicious. You want to?
Yeah, so this is awesome. This is just Welch's Sparkling Blush Cider. And it's really fun. We put in a champagne glass to make it feel fancy.
Yeah, you do. You feel like you're drinking. It's all about the look and the presentation. Mm-hmm. So it's delicious. You know what? I might stop on the way home and get some of this for dinner tonight. It's really delicious. Good. Yeah, really, really good. So we'll put a post. We'll just tell you what it is, Welch's. But anyway, so today we're going to talk about, since we both have older kids, they're in their 20s and teenager 20s, we're going to talk about the top five things that we learned growing up and raising kids.
Raising children.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to go crazy. We'll also link a book that Tammy is reading, and we'll tell you the other book that I'm reading that she had recommended to me, but the book that she's reading ties beautifully into this.
There's a chapter in there that really ties in with raising children.
Yeah, it's called Dare to Lead by
Brene Brown.
Brene Brown. Yeah, it looks so good. But anyway, so my first one is going to be, because I was a teacher, there was a lot of things that I had. So my first thing that I learned, and I told my kids the whole time, and I told parents, is believe half of what they tell you, and I'll believe half of what they tell me. So listen, I know you're going to say that your child is perfect, and your child, don't believe everything they say. Don't believe. Just keep putting it back in your mind.
Story. There's two sides to every story.
They have to have respect for the teacher. That's the one big thing, and not even the teacher. An adult who is in a position, a police officer, a firefighter, that sort of thing. So that was my first thing. Believe half, and that's from my mom. Believe half of what? Because whenever we came home and the whole class got in trouble, Mom, and it wasn't fair. Blah blah blah. And she looked at me and she'd go, "What did you do?" Well, I didn't do anything. What did you do? And then, okay, that's our number one. Number two. Going along with that.
Number two is children need discipline and boundaries.
Beat them. No, I'm kidding. I'm only kidding.
There went the channel. We're done. It was good. It was good having this fun little channel.
This was fun.
And apparently now we're going to be kicked off of YouTube.
No, my God, don't touch them. No.
But they do. They just need to be disciplined, and they need boundaries. And I've always told my children there are consequences for every action. For everything you do, there's going to be a consequence. Right. I remember, so fast forward, when the children get older, I actually said to my son, I need you to realize that every decision that you make right now could be life or death. Like you are a grown boy, and
different consequences.
You do dumb things, like boys. I mean, probably all kids.
No, but yeah, they do.
Yeah, and so they can make, once they get the keys to a car. And start to drive, that's when they need to know you are making life and death choices every day you're in that car.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. The consequences, follow through. That's the other thing I learned. Things would come out of my mouth like, don't spit at your sister. And then, if you spit one more time, I'm going to put hot sauce. And I was like, ugh.
Now you got to put the hot sauce.
Now you had to put hot sauce on her tongue, and it was just a little, it was fine. But anyway, as long as they know that you're going to follow through. How many times have you been at the restaurant?
Oh.
Susie, don't yell. Susie, if you yell one more time, I'm taking you to the car. Susie yells, Susie, I said if you yell one more time. I was like, I'm going to freaking take Susie to the car.
To the damn car.
Susie, come here. Let me finish my drink. I'm taking you to the car. I don't even know Susie. Anywho. All right. So we have believe half of what they say. They need discipline. Whether you think so, you're not their friend.
Right.
Okay.
Discipline,
we figured that out.
Boundaries, consequences. Yep. Help them understand.
The third one, no matter what they say, they love you.
They do.
Oh my God, they love you.
They do love you.
They love you. Yeah. I mean, did your kids ever tell you they hated you?
They did.
Yeah.
And I used to say, thank you very much. That means I'm doing my job.
I used to say, but I love you. And that would make them even more angry.
Yeah.
There's a difference between my kids. My oldest said it when she was like 7 or 8. My middle one said when she was 2. And my youngest one, middle one, and my youngest one said he was like 5, So yeah, I hate you. Well, I love you. Okay, but they do. They truly, truly love us.
Well, that ties in too, right? They should love you as a parent, not their best friend. You are not their best friend. You should not be their best friend. And I used to say to my kids, I am your mother.
Yeah.
I am not your friend.
Yeah.
We might be friends when you get in your 20s.
Yeah.
But until then, we're not friends.
But don't you, I find that even though we are friends now, they still respect me.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And I'll say, dude, every once in a while, who do you think you're talking to? I'm not your friend, and that sort of thing. I just respect. That's all.
Moving right along.
Moving right along. By the way, number 4, they do have a dad.
Oh yeah.
How many? Go ahead.
So let dad. So we were like planning this a little bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have the greatest story.
Yeah.
So I wanted to tie that in. They have a dad who can help with the children, and hopefully they do.
Yes.
But the dad also, I think in our situation, is really good at helping me keep a sense of humor. So as you may or may not know, I have twins. And when they were very, very little, I was taking a phone call around the corner and it got very quiet for a very long time. And I got off the call, I came out. So my guys were so little, they were just barely, they were walking, they were in like little onesies.
Yeah.
So I came out to my family room and I had light colored Berber carpet. And they had taken 4 boxes of cereal, Raisin Bran included, and dumped it on the floor because they thought the dog was hungry.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So they're like,
They're
look, mommy, we fed the doggy.
We're helping.
And I walked out and I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. So the first thing I do is call my husband. I'm like, we have a little bit of a problem here. The children decided it would be a good idea to feed the dog, and he was very proud of them. And I said, but they did it. They dumped 5 boxes of cereal on the family room floor. And he's like, that's really hysterical. I did not find it hysterical at that point. And he said, it's fun. It's funny, honey. Someday you're going to laugh about this. I promise you'll laugh about this. I said, okay, so there are 2 things you should know. A, one of the boxes was Raisin Bran, and that seemed to be the cereal the dog was most attracted to. So you're staying up with the dog tonight. And number 2, you might want to do the math because the box of cereal is about $5 or $6.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's still very funny to me. So he helped me. And so now we laugh about that story all the time.
Well, yeah. I mean, the dads, how many times have they, mom, and dad, do you know where mom is? Yeah. I mean, I'm like, did you ask your father? No. I mean, my dad can help. Yes, your dad can help. And unlike me, my husband did a lot of traveling. I was kind of like, I'm in charge of the kids. You can't help. No, he can. And when they do discipline them, whether you believe it or not, or whether you back them or not, let them discipline them. And then you can talk to them and tell them they were wrong after.
Privately. Don't ever let the children see you do that. They will gang up.
And that's something I've learned. And that was hard. That was very hard. So, so we have our 4. Now here's our 5th and the most important one.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Here we go. So this one kind of gets us emotional.
It does, yeah.
So our number 5 piece of advice when you're raising children is enjoy the moment because it goes by. It gives me goosebumps.
I know, me too. I still think, my mom used to say this and I think this. I'm like, I'm 18 years old. And then you look in the mirror and you're like, who the hell's that old lady looking back at me? And then, my daughter got married this summer and that was a huge struggle because I was like, wait, I just got married, but it was 30 years ago. It was, you're so frantic in the moment because you're like, I want to make them fed. I got to clean them. I got to, you know what? Enjoy it.
Doesn't matter.
Who cares if the house is dirty? That's one thing I was okay with. I was like, okay, I don't have to have the perfect house. And if my friends come over and they complain my house is not perfect, don't come back.
Need to come back again.
No, I want the same people that think are like-minded, like myself, that way.
And they do grow up. So I remember as a frazzled mom with twins. Like in the grocery store, and women would come up to me, and one of them was crying, and one of them was like, I don't know, opening the box of Cheerios, whatever,
Raisin Bran,
throwing cereal in the store, whatever it was we were going through that day. And these sweet older women would come up to me and say, oh, they're so adorable. Enjoy every moment. It's going to go so fast. Like before you know it, they're going to be grown and flown. And I was like, seriously, lady, because I haven't slept in 3 months.
Right.
Like, when is that going to be?
Yeah.
But it does. It goes so fast.
It goes really fast. So
I always say if I could have one thing, just one day, right? Like if an angel of God came down and said, you can have one day to live again, what would it be? And I would say, I'd want my babies to be toddlers.
Yes.
And I would sit and hold them all day and not care about dinner. I don't really care about that anyway.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care how clean the house was.
Yeah.
I would just sit and color and play Play-Doh. But when you have grandbabies, you get to do that.
That's the other thing. Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping. Well, I'm not hoping for that yet, but yes, that's the thing. So
They're the best.
we just wanted to tell you, it's been a rough week, I think, for both of us.
Busy week.
Busy week, meaning for me, mentally draining.
She was on jury duty. We'll just cut right to the chase right now. She was waiting in the courthouse to be selected for some kind of awful trial. Juror number 211 right over here.
Wasn't selected.
No phone, no computer. It's like going in the dark ages. Isn't it?
Oh yeah. I colored in my coloring
colored
book. I read my book. Yeah, we watched movies. I mean, it was great downtime, but it's mentally draining.
Oh, you know what? Like and subscribe.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Yes, please.
So we are so close to 100 subscribers, and apparently when you get to 100 subscribers, things like really change. So when we get to 100, I can't say it. I'm
Subscribers.
Not even subscribers.
Yes.
Go ahead, tell them.
We're hoping to do it by the end of the month. So when we get to 100, we're going to do a giveaway so everyone who's one of our subscribers, we're going to put their name and we'll pick, and then they will receive a prize.
An awesome prize.
Yes, an awesome prize.
We already know what it is.
We already know what it is, and you might too, because we talk about it a lot. So that's just a little hint. So I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Oh
so,
my God, yeah.
Cheers. Oh, look, you're done, and I'm
I know,
done.
because I'm always done. Okay,
Right.
So thanks for stopping by. Look for our memes for next week to say what our next show is going to be about, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's right.
And check us out on Pinterest, Instagram. Where else? Facebook.
Facebook.
Yep. And please ask any questions too. We would love to hear from you.
Yes, questions would be great.
So have a great week. Be good.
Can't be good. Don't get caught.